Today's learning target is I can find the lateral and surface area of pyramids and cones. Today we're going to work on finding the lateral area of pyramids. Now, this drawing here, you're familiar with most of the vocabulary here. The only new vocabulary word is going to be slant height right here. And slant height is going to be the line that goes from the vertex up here straight down. Now we can see on the net here that the slant height, because it goes straight down, it splits one of the sides of the base in half. Now remember from the previous lessons that lateral area is the area of all of the faces that are not the base. So we notice the lateral faces are all triangles, and if you remember, the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, well, there's 4 of these. Okay, each of these 4 has a base, and that base, you notice, is the perimeter. So to find the lateral area of a pyramid, we use this formula right here. So lateral area equals 1/2 the perimeter times the L, which is the slant height. All right, let's look at an example of finding lateral area of a pyramid. So we have our pyramid right here, and we're going to start out by writing our formula. Now, once we find the perimeter and the slant height, we can put those numbers in here. So the perimeter, okay, I see right here, perimeter, remember, it's the perimeter of the base. All right, now, all the figures today that you're going to be working with are regular polygons. So they're all going to be, the base is going to be the same length on all sides. So we see this is 4 centimeters, and it's a pentagon, so it's going to be 5 groups of 4 centimeters. And I can see that my slant height right here is 15 centimeters, so I plug that in. And then I was able to do some mental math here. I knew this was 20 and half of that was 10, so I was left with 10 times 15, and I'm given my lateral area of 150 centimeters squared. Now let's take a look at how to find the surface area of pyramids. And if you remember, surface area is including all of the faces, including the base. So to do that, we can either use this formula where you'd find the surface area by taking the lateral area, if we had already found it, and then just add that to the area of the base. So that's one way to do it, and I would do it that way if I had already found the lateral area first. The other way I can do it is I can use this formula here. Now if you notice, this is the formula to find the lateral area. So really this formula and this formula are the same. This is just saying I have to find the lateral area, so 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height, and I'm going to add the area of the base. Alright, let's try finding the surface area here. Now you'll notice this is the same figure I used to find the lateral area just a minute ago. So if I was working this on my homework assignment and I found the lateral area, I would just plug in that 150 centimeters here, and then I'd find the area of the base right here and add those together. I'd use this formula. I'm going to show you this formula as though I don't know the lateral area. So I plugged in my formula, okay, and my numbers for this formula. And I just noticed I didn't start with my formula, which is what I want you to do today. And so I put that in there. Now I plugged in my numbers, and they give me the base right here. I see it's 29 square centimeters. I know it's the base because they labeled it square centimeters. So here is my formula that I used, and here's what I plugged in. And now, once I do that, I'm left with this, and I know this is going to equal 150, so I have 150 plus 29 is going to give me 179 centimeters squared, and that's my surface area. The last thing we're going to do today is find the lateral and surface area of cones. So let's start with the lateral area. So we can see here, using this formula right here, that the lateral area of a cone is going to equal pi times the radius times the slant height. And you can see the slant height in a cone just goes from the vertex to the base. Alright, let's start by finding the lateral area of the cone. The first thing I'm going to do here is plug in my formula, and the numbers that belong there. And once I plug in my numbers here and I calculate them, I get the lateral area equaling 266 square feet. Now remember, if you use your pi key on your calculator, you might get a slightly different answer, but it's going to be very close to this. Now to find the surface area of the cone, okay, we're going to use this part of the formula here, where we're going to take the surface area and we're going to find the lateral area and add that to, if you notice, this is the area, the formula to find the area of a circle, pi r squared. So we're just taking the lateral area and adding the area of the circle. So to find the surface area of this cone here, you notice this is the same one we just did. If I had already found the lateral area, I would just plug that number in right here and then find the area of the base, or the circle, by using pi r squared. I'm going to show you this as though I didn't know the lateral area. So the first thing I do is start with my formula here, and then I plug my numbers in. So lateral area, I know that's pi times r times L. I plug that in here, and I'm going to add pi r squared to that. So I figure out those numbers there, and I'm left with the surface area of this one equaling 433.4, and it's going to be square feet. Feet squared as my final answer.